Welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Friday. We made it. Yes. I hope you're having an awesome week so far. I hope you rocked out whatever goals, hopes, dreams, plans, ambitions you had and are ready for the weekend, because we're actually reaching that point in time where the weather's awesome, the trees are awesome, everything outside is awesome, and it actually makes it that much more better to come out of hibernation and enjoy outside life a little bit more. Quick update before we get started here. Clementine is the free product of the month from doTERRA up until the 15th, which is tomorrow, I believe. Yes, it is. So today and tomorrow only are your last opportunities to get free stuff from doTERRA. Clementine is awesome, especially for this time of year. It's actually a citrus oil, so it's naturally cleansing and detoxifying. Great way to help if you're looking to shed a few pounds before the summer season. Speaking of which, I'm super excited. I have launched a weight loss course for beginners. Discover 5 secrets to losing weight, little known secrets. If you or somebody you know of is interested, it's an online digital course for download. You can go at it at your own pace and use it in a way that benefits your life the way that you need to, and I'm super excited for it. If you or somebody you know of is interested in getting access, now is the time, and just reach out to me and we'll get you rocking and rolling. I'm super excited. There's tons of cool stuff that comes along with the initial launch, so if you're interested, definitely reach out to me and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Today, okay, so that's all I got for you for that. Today is actually National Shades Day, sunglasses. And actually, I really wanted to talk about this in terms of, it really clicked into me that with the weather changing, shades on, right? Sort of hiding your persona, if you will, or creating a new one, right? That's why I wanted to talk about ways to be happier. Right, with the seasons changing and the nice bright weather and everything, looking awesome, it doesn't necessarily mean that everything is all sunshines and lollipops. And there is going to be dark times, times that are not so much on our favor or on our side, if you will. And that's just stuff that we have to deal with, right? It's called life. Not everything always works out in our favor, but that's where we need to just learn not to let the days drag into weeks, into months, and then really take over your life in that aspect. So that's where I wanted to come on, give some tips on how I stay happy. I really liked the title Tina came up with. It takes more muscles to smile than to frown, and I really like that one, because when we're smiling, we're actually burning a little bit more calories than when we're frowning. So when we're happy, we're burning more calories than when we're depressed or not feeling so great. So that's where, I got some tips that help me sort of be happier. Definitely, always. And that's it. I wanted to give them to you. Hopefully they help you too, and hopefully you get some value out of them. Tip number one, way number one, thing number one to do in order to be happier is to celebrate you. I was going to put this in a different location on my tips list here, but I thought, what better way to start out with ways to be happier than to celebrate all that is you. This is where I really get, I really like to look at a different side of things, because you could always make the argument for, who am I? What am I doing? What's so special about me? Things like that, right? And, if we just go through the list, just off the top of my head here, right? You woke up today, you went to work, right? You made some sort of living for your family. You have food on your table. You have a car that you drive to work, you have a house that you live in, you have a bed that you sleep in, you have, rooms that you can enjoy in, you have all this stuff that you have, and that is because you put in the hard work in order to get it, right? You went out there, found a job, right? You brought home the money, you made the necessary cuts where you needed to in order to save the money for your family to have stuff that you needed, i.e. a car, right? A house, food, all that stuff. You didn't go out and frivolously spend on, $1,000 pair of shoes because they looked very cool. No, you didn't. You took that $1,000 and you put it towards something that would be beneficial for your future, i.e. a car to get to work, or a job, or clothes to wear to your job, right? So all this stuff, and this is where I love it, right? Because all of this stuff gets lost in the wayside because, who am I or what am I doing? That's right there. You are being a productive contributor member to society. You are going out in the world. You are making a better life for yourself, for your family, for everybody that you're involved with. Even you're going out there and making other people's lives better because you're bringing your happiness and your joy to them, and it's really creating an impact in their lives. So this is what I really love more than anything is you make impact in people's lives without actually even knowing about it. What did I hear? It says something like if somebody has bad news about you, they will tell 21 people. But if they have good news, they will only tell about 7, and that might even be a little bit less, more like 3 or 5. But that's it, right? You can tell right away that people are going to tell more people about you if they don't like you than they are if they do like you, right? So they're going to tell the stuff that they don't like about you way more than they are going to tell the stuff that they do like about you. That's just the way people are. So just know that, celebrate the fact that you are impacting people's lives without even knowing about it, and you're awesome. The fact that you even wake up in the morning and keep it on, even in the face of whatever is going on in your life, that right there is cause for celebration. I think so. And, celebrate you more. Make sure that you know that you're important to you, right? Do things that are important to you because, there's only one you. Number 2, change your thoughts, right? If you want to be happier, you need to think in terms of happy thoughts. You can't be happier by trying to see the negative in everything, right? It's so easy to see the negativity in everything, and it's so hard to see the positivity in everything because it's so much easier to think that everything's happening to you, right? Instead of thinking that everything's happening for you. Because in the grand scheme of things, nothing ever happens by coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. And the fact that the one thing that I was that the way that it was explained to me better than anything is that if you've been an adult for any substantial amount of time, you are a product of your circumstances, whether or not you admit it. And the one of the quotes that really stuck with me was, "We are all self-made, but only the successful will admit it." Which I love that, because from everything that is made in all of the universe, it comes from the thought of something. Somebody thought about something and they made it into fruition. They brought their thoughts into reality. So if you want a better life if you want to have a better life, you need to think of a better life that you want. You need to act in a certain way. Another thing that really stuck out to me was act as if it's impossible to fail, because it really is. The universe doesn't understand time and space. It just understands now, here and now, and what you're thinking about. And you become what you think about. So if you're always constantly thinking negative thoughts, you have to become a negative person, because you become what you think about. If you're always thinking positive thoughts, you have to become a positive person, because it's a law. It's cause and effect. If your causes are bad, your effects are bad. If your causes are great, your effects have to be great. You've all heard of the person that they call, lucky. Everything he touches turns to gold. It's not luck at all, right? It's just using our little friend cause and effect. Again, his causes are great, and the effects have to be just as good. I love the way that got explained to me. Number 3, reorganize. This one is really cool because we get into we sort of get into, we're creatures of habit, right? So we do things on a daily basis, basically the same way every day. I know, you wake up, you go to work, or you make your food, breakfast, lunch, then you go to work, then you come home and you do whatever you do, probably watch some TV, eat some dinner, then you get ready for bed and you go to sleep, right? Creatures of habit. So we can do things on a daily basis, basically the same way over and over, because that's comfortable to us, and it actually makes it easier to live. There is a thing that I did some research on, that it's so much easier for you to live on a routine and in habit than it is to just try and change up everything all the time. That's where you've heard the term, it's a force of habit, and your brain, your mind will always bring you back to what you know, right? What you're used to, what you're comfortable in. So that's where, when you reorganize, right? You get to see things in a whole new way, a whole different reality, right? You can change up things wherever you want, and especially nowadays, right, when there's not really too much going on, you can reorganize, and then you can almost instantaneously learn if you like it or not, right? If this is something that you're interested in keeping, maybe you go and you reorganize, right, the bedroom or the spare room, right, or a closet or something like that. You start small, and then you come back. You go and you go about your day, and you come back and you look at it later, and you can basically tell right away if you like it or not. And that's really what I like. That's why I like this tip, especially now, because when you reorganize and you don't like it, you really need to put your whole life on pause. To try and get back into the motivational factor, I guess, if you will, to organize it in a different way, right? So that's where now you can almost have that instantaneous results, and that's going to be a lot easier. Again, if it doesn't, definitely come back and tell me how reorganizing your room or whatever made you completely depressed and you hated every minute of it, and I would love to discuss that. Number 4, stop comparing yourself. This one, if you want to be happy, you cannot compare yourself to anyone at all. You have to learn to be happy with yourself. You have to practice gratitude with yourself. You have to understand that you are the best version of yourself, and you are the only version of yourself, and there is no way that you could be somebody else, because that's not the way that we're designed to do it. You call it what you will, but there's a higher power that does not want us all to be the exact same. There's no way. I believe there's like 2 of every person, maybe 3 on the planet, if you wanted to go in like the scientific fact about that. But right, there's nobody else that is you. And there's no way that you can be anybody else, because everybody's situation is different. Everybody's circumstances are different. Everybody came from somewhere differently. Everybody is going to a different place. And as much as we're all, going to the same place, right? Financial independence, overall happiness, no worries, right? All that stuff. It's going to look different for everybody, right? For me, financial independence is definitely going to mean a heck of a lot different than it would mean to you. For me, the ability to buy whatever I want, for example, would mean a lot different things than it would mean to you. For me, the example of my perfect day, if you will, is going to look a lot different than it's going to look for yours. So that's why you can't compare yourself. That right there is why you cannot compare yourself, because it is different. As much as we talk about the perfect day, right? I mean, the perfect day for me is a baseball game, right? I love baseball. For me, that's the one thing that I miss more than anything. Baseball games, right? Going out there, sitting there, enjoying the atmosphere. You got the fans around. You got every pitch means something, especially later on in the year baseball. Oh man, that's awesome, right? For somebody who doesn't like sports, they probably think that baseball is a complete waste of time. And that would not be their perfect day, right? So you see how the perfect day is completely different right away, right? So that's where you need to stop comparing yourself. You just need to understand that you're going somewhere, right? Envision the life that you want, what it's going to look like, because like I mentioned before, the universe doesn't understand time and space, right? It doesn't really, so if you act like the person that you want to become, you have to become you have to have that things that person has. You are not going to become that person, but you're going to have the person the things that person has, because that's the way that the universe works. Number 5, sleep more. This one is actually, and I can hear Tina yelling at me from the other room, it's really one of those things that if you're tired and cranky and did not get sleep last night and just tossed and turned, you already know, first of all, how you feel, right? Because you've done that, right? There's no way that you've had a perfect sleep every single night of your life since the day you remember your life. We've all had bad sleeps, and you all know how you wake up and you just don't want to be around anybody. And then you know the people that you can tell, the people at work that haven't had a good sleep, right? Because they are, you just stay away from, Tom. He's not doing well today. He had a rough night last night. And so that's why I like talking about this one, because we already know what we feel like, and we know the person that we see when we're seeing him in the morning. We're like, wow, rough night last night, eh? So sleeping more and that's really what, actually it's funny that I say that you have to sleep more, because one of a couple guys that I work with, they actually their wives just had kids, and so they talk in terms of sleep is overrated, and you learn not to care about sleep, right? So that's where certain circumstances are different, right? And wherever you can get sleep, that's what you need to take advantage of. And then in that instance, maybe you're asking a family member or a babysitter, right, to have, and then that's just to sleep more, right? So that's why, everybody's circumstance is different, but definitely do what you can, create that calming, relaxing environment at nighttime. So at least if you're not sleeping for longer periods of time, you're getting that good, nice, deep sleep, right? That REM sleep, that rapid eye movement, where you're, in that relaxed, not tossing and turning mode, and your body's doing all of the resting and recovering that it needs to do. My last tip, more than anything, is essential oils. I have a few essential oils here, and actually these ones were funny because I picked my favorite, and then I asked Tina to pick one that makes her happy, and I knew which one she was going to pick, but I asked her to pick anyways. And so for me, my oil is actually a blend of oils, which is called On Guard. And On Guard is it's the immune boosting blend from doTERRA. It's got oils in it that are great for boosting the immune system, helping to fight off seasonal threats, all sorts of goodness in that instance. But for me, it smells like Christmas. And I really like the smell of Christmas. So that makes me happy. And anytime that I need to be in a better mood, I know that I can go to that one and just give it a nice inhale, and then that'll uplift my mood and sort of take my mind off what was going on. If you don't like the smell of Christmas, right, the cinnamon, calming, relaxing scent, all that goodness that comes along with Christmas, then I would not suggest that you use this oil for being in a happier mood. Maybe just stick to its immune boosting properties. But for me, I love the smell, so it's going to make me happy always. And then Tina's is green mandarin. And green mandarin actually comes from the orange. It's from the rind of the fruit. But it's actually an interesting oil because it only came out a little bit ago, a few years ago from doTERRA. And it's awesome, actually. I believe it's one of those citrus oils that's not really photosensitive. So you don't have to worry about sunshine with it. But it's really cool it's got both properties in it. It's got the ability to uplift and invigorate your mood, but also calm and relax your senses, your aura, and just bring you back down to earth and really in that confidence building mood. And I really like that one too. That's not one of my, it's not, my favorite, Not even, in the top there, but I really like that one, and Tina loves that one too. So I thought, why not? Both of them that we like, that's what we like over here at Oiler Living. Feel free to let us know whatever oil combinations you come up with to help enhance your mood and your ability to present yourself to the world. That's all I got for you for today. I really hope you enjoyed this. I know I had some fun making it. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. If you'd like a free sample of oils, definitely send me a message and we'll get you rocking and rolling with that one. I meant to say that earlier. But thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Friday and an even better weekend. And I look very forward to talking to you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.